It's Madden NFL.
It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win like a good pitcher without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
It's Williams on the catch. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this one too low.
But Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition, so great. I mean, going back essentially through the full century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the Turkey Bowl tradition. You know, the families that go out and play and then come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. I remember reading remember the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. The only loss the Packers had in 1962, and they sacked Bart Starr over 10 times in that game. And I remember Dave Williams from the Bears returning the overtime kickoff for a touchdown to win a game on Thanksgiving Day. I remember so many different things happening, but how much fun is it each and every year to know that you've got football on Thanksgiving Day? Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now a throw here, hauled in. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in, and he's taken down inside the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage, and that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal.
They'll look to throw again. Throw left side complete. That's Stevenson. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. And so far, a very nice, methodical opening drive.
This has the feel of a scripted drive that they rehearsed perfectly all week long, and now they're executing it on game day.
Script looks good so far.
False start, offense.
That's on the tackle, Penei Sewell.
Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Stevenson, and here he'll get it down to the 7. They get 5 on the run, but it leaves them with a tough 3rd and goal forthcoming. Back to throw. Henley. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A great Lions will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Patterson back out there to send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the former Mississippi State product, the mobile quarterback, Dak Prescott.
And while he won't admit it because his team lost the game, he had some fun in the last one.
He threw for over 400 yards.
I mean, there's no getting around it. As a QB, yeah, okay. We lost the game, but, boy, that felt good flinging it around. Now he's got to figure out how to do the exact same thing, yet turn it into a win.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, if they have any thoughts of coming in here and getting this road victory, that's not the way to start it out on the first play of the game.
Yeah, one thing you always say when you go on the road, take the crowd out of the game. They actually brought the crowd into it by permitting that sack right out of the gate.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now Gibson. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now. The Texans send the punter out, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return, and the Lions will take over. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. To throw on 3rd down, Henley. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3 and out.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. And they, almost to a man, told us how excited they are to be playing in this traditional Thanksgiving game. But we have to remember, this is a team that lost on Sunday. Now they get a very quick turnaround to play again. How difficult is that to do?
It's difficult under any normal circumstance when you're coming off of a loss and you have a quick turnaround. The first thing is to put the loss behind you and move forward. But when you're playing on Thanksgiving Day, everyone's watching you. It's an added bonus, though, because now you put the loss behind you. Get that taste out of your mouth, because the taste you want is victory, turkey, and pumpkin pie.
A first down there on a pickup of 25.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Here's Prescott. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 45-yard line.
A give to Howard up the gut. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Prescott. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Prescott now. Throw over the middle is taken in by Dell. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. They'll try to run for it with Howard. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And his kick here is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So here are the Lions to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Henley. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
He's got it to Williams. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Texans will take over. A 1st down throw for Prescott. It's caught. Mitch, the ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. They're already trailing here in this 1st quarter. Last thing they needed was to cough the football. Well, they coughed it up, but luckily for them, it went out of bounds.
Yeah, still a long way to go, but when you're losing, every possession takes on a little bit more importance, doesn't it? And in that case, they almost made this game a lot more difficult for themselves by turning it over. Fortunate there.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Now Prescott. He's got it. This is Ware. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter two. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Looking for the out route. He's got his man. It's Mitchell.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Throwing, Prescott.
That's another one complete to Mitchell.
And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 22-yard line. That'll put him over 100 yards receiving now here in this first half of action.
And that's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Howard up the middle. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle. That's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
He finds his man, complete. It's Hampton. Touchdown! From 21 yards away, and the Texans have taken the lead.
The catch and the touchdown, they were the end result of a terrific route run by the receiver.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you could move games to different spots and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day. But you're exactly right. I am a traditionalist. I really don't want Detroit and Dallas to give up those slots. I like the fact that we watch them each and every year. But what I really like is that the league added a 3rd game in 2006. And usually it's division rivals, but that's the 3rd one of the day, and it caps off a great day of football.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, right at the 40. Off-play action. Henley. That's complete. Again, he's got Marshall. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
to throw again. He finds his man, complete. It's Stevenson. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. With his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are once again back in front. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL. A complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we could walk away with a win.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Prescott. He finds his man, complete. That's Hampton. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A give left side to Howard. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there.
Again, it's Howard. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. To throw is Prescott. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Mitchell. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Mixon with a first down carry. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 5.
Now it's Mixon running right. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, here's Prescott.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
Now Prescott. And incomplete on the deep ball.
The Texans at 7-3 now on the year. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Prescott yet again. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
And this one is right through. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13.
So the margin shrinks a bit as back-to-back drives here for him, in with field goals.
Yeah, we know no one's turning down 3, especially in the first half, but you've got to finish these drives in the end zone. That's got to be a priority. Nice to have a reliable kicker, but outside of his agent, you know you'd rather him kick 1-pointers instead of 3-pointers.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Looking to throw. Henley. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Here's Jack Fox on to punt.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least 1 home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Prescott on 1st down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. He finds his man, complete. That's Hampton. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 14. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another 1st.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott.
And the Texans will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Extra point right down the middle, and that'll make this a 6-point game. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Lions now taking over late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Henley. And he comes back with one complete. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Throwing on first down. Henley. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They'll look to throw again.
They'll find Williams on the slant.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved.
Now that's on big Mekhi Becton, first-round pick in 2020.
The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt.
Patterson's kick is good.
And that cuts the lead down to just 3, 20-17.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And a happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there as we look ahead to 2 more games later today and then a full slate coming up this weekend. In the early window on Sunday, one of the best happens up in Pittsburgh. A big one for the Steelers as they'll take on the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Lots to look forward to in the late games as well. One of the best being up in Seattle, where we find the Seahawks taking on the Carolina Panthers. And lastly, we'll all be tuned in on Monday night for what should be a great one between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Denver Broncos. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This is a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? So here are the Texans to take over. They were losers a week ago to Baltimore, but they lead things here as they start 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. That's caught by Ware. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Complete. This is Mitchell. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 43. A good pick up there of 20 yards. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
He pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, second down.
2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
It's Mixon on the counter. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
That is caught. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 24-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Prescott looks to throw on first.
To the right side and caught by Dell.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 18-yard line.
Prescott now. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
And again, it's Prescott.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Texans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Prescott. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. And the sack leads to roughly a loss of 6, and it brings up 2nd and goal. Now Prescott.
This goes out wide for Mixon.
And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Prescott from the gun. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Lions are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half.
Their defense did its job, forcing the takeaway there to start the half, and now can the offense follow suit?
And you'd better believe that one side of the ball feeds off the work of the other, so they'll want to come out, establish some rhythm, and go down and take the lead.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Henley. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
Houston's offense taking over again.
We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. On second down, here's Mixon. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to convert on third and short yardage with a gain of 4.
Well, they gave themselves options there on the third down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Mixing up the middle. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
On second down, Prescott again. Throwing left sideline complete. It's Hampton. Give him 30 yards there. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
Mixon. Diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown.
That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Lions offense set to take over. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
They'll run on first down. Stevenson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Back to throw.
Henley.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Houston set to take over. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And it's intercepted.
Picked off by Kirby Joseph.
And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
Throwing to start the drive. Henley. And it's caught. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 3 here in this game and 17 now on the year.
And the Lions have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point try now for Patterson.
And the lead is down to a field goal now. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here.
I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Throwing, Prescott.
Oh, and that is incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Here's Prescott. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
23 yards on the play.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Prescott to throw it. He's got it. This is Ware. And they keep those sticks moving forward, that time with a gain of 3.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Here's Prescott. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
This 2nd and 4.
Now Prescott. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Prescott yet again.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And his kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. So out now come the Lions. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Looking to throw. Henley. He finds his man. Complete. It's Stevenson. And he'll get it near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Back to throw. Henley. Short throw to Disley. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Back to throw again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Marshall. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 1st down, Stevenson. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Operating from the gun. Henley. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
On 3rd down, Henley. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, good move. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Thanks to his effort, they now have a big choice to make here. He just ran them into field goal range with that one, so here come the choices. Do they kick it here, or do they trust him to make another big play and possibly get a first down?
And he's going to have the Lions first down as they get 4 there on 4th and inches.
Looking to throw. Henley. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
They run the counter. It's Stevenson. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Patterson's kick is good.
And that will bring the deficit back down to 3. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
Now comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. I guess the good news as they start this drive is that they still do have the lead, Charles. If their defense hadn't been able to hold them to a field goal on the other side, they'd be down. But now it's about preserving that very small lead.
It is preserving and maybe stretching it out a little bit, because if you're a starter on that side of the ball, I certainly hope you didn't loosen up your shoulder pads or start to cut the tape off, because if you did it way too soon. They've got to go back out there with renewed vigor, for lack of a better term, and also a good plan. They need points, and they need them now.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. To throw is Prescott. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
On 1st and 10, Henley, he finds his man, complete. That's Stevenson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Back to throw. Henley.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback, so that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
Well, just a gigantic play here, both sides. This is 3rd and inches.
But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a first down in field goal range already. On 1st down, Henley. This is caught. And in for the Lions touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
Well, CD, you know he's got great options at wide receiver, tight end, but there he looks to the backfield, and it results in a touchdown.
I love how you laid that out. So many options, you maybe forget about some of the ones that you should be covering. And they made them pay with that one, didn't they? You forget about the guys in the backfield, they're eligible too.
They get one more as the extra point's up and good, and that will make this a 4-point game.
This fielded right at the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So Dak Prescott of the offense. Down by 4. A minute 53 remaining. Needing to go pretty much the length of the football field as they have it 1st and 10. Finding Schultz. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 2nd and 6 coming up. Here's Dak. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now Dak. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Throw left side complete. That's Hampton. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout. So that'll leave them with one last gasp, Charles. They need their defense. They only have the 1 timeout, and they've got to hold them to a field goal.
And if you have the ball on offense now, all you're talking about is ball security. Taking care of it, making sure your runners don't go out of bounds to stop the clock and give them a chance to regroup.
And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the officials saw as this play will stand as is.
The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
From the gun on 3rd down. Henley. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So the big return had them fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a 1st down.
And with time of factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. And now out comes Houston. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Prescott. To the sideline and incomplete. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. To throw, Prescott. And they finally get to him as he's taken down. What a thrilling fourth quarter this one was. Well, at least, I guess, if you're cheering for the winning side, an outstanding comeback, though, that saw them completely take control and change the outcome of this game.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many of us saw that coming, the way that they were playing and having the lead after 3 quarters. A little bit of a stunning ending because it wasn't just a one-touchdown swing. It was a multiple touchdown swing for them to end up losing that ball game. Give credit where credit is due. They came off the pace and got it done.
So for the Lions, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they'll get a few days to savor this one before they take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Houston, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.